back, everybody.
Hey y'all, how are you tonight? We are going to be making a 1-pan Southwest. The recipe says turkey quinoa, but I am using ground chicken. It's the same. The only difference is turkey's just a little bit leaner. But we prefer chicken because I feel like turkey can get a little dry. So we're going to get started with cooking our quinoa, and this is my helper today. Okay, so to my pot here, I have 2 cups of water. I'm going to add, let me see. Oh, never mind. I'm going to bring it to a boil first, skipping that step. But I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt. You don't have to. And then I'm going to do just, I don't know, maybe like a teaspoon of olive oil. I'm using extra virgin, but that is what I have for now.
Bubbles?
I do, because oil and water don't mix. Once this starts boiling, we're going to put 1 cup of quinoa in here, cover, and then let cook for 15 minutes. So in the meantime, I'm going to cut up about 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 of these. These were our homegrown onions from this year. We had to plant a late crop because Axis got into our field and ate the tops. And when your onion tops get eaten or cut off or whatever, the onion does not grow because it does not get the adequate amount of light. We'll go into that some other time. But I need to make use of all of these. So I'm gonna chop these up. The recipe says about a cup of onion, but I am doubling it because I want some left over and I am feeding us all. And it says 1 bell pepper or poblano. Poblanos can be kind of spicy sometimes. And so my daughter, she does not like spicy. And so I'm gonna taste this, and if it isn't spicy, I'm going to use it. If it is, I'm gonna use a bell pepper. So I'm gonna get started chopping this. Forget I have this thing. And I remember it when I'm done chopping everything. Imagine that, huh? I'm gonna put our peppers in a bowl. Set it aside.
It tastes like soap.
It tastes like soap?
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
Tastes like syrup. Tastes like syrup.
Set this aside. Now for our little bitty onions. I think they're so cute. Would have been more useful if they were regular size, but it is what it is.
And you don't throw a fit.
Gotta declutter our station a little bit. This is the cookbook that I'm using. It's probably gonna be backwards to y'all, but this is a recipe. I will try to find the link to this cookbook and put it down below in my description if you're interested. I will link the short to this video that explains, let me turn you a little bit, that explains why I'm doing this and all that. So yeah, it's got some great recipes in here. I've done about 3 or 4 so far, and I've been super happy with it. We'll get back as soon as the quinoa is done cooking, and it should. Well, it only has a minute left. I'm gonna take it off the burner. I'm gonna keep the lid on it, and we're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes. I'm gonna put a little bit of avocado oil in here just for a little extra fat. Let me raise y'all up a little bit. Is that better? Yeah. We're going to go ahead and add our onions. I'm so sad that I forgot about this thing. We're going to let this cook down, and then we are going to come back and season it. All right, our chicken's almost done. I'm going to go ahead and start seasoning it. Dano's taco. cumin, Dano's seasoning.
I'm coming, baby. Hold on. Just watch out for me, dew. Should I start mine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A little bit of chili powder. Mix it up. Oh my gosh. I think the last recipe I made, my days are running together, but
Right here, honey.
Thank you.
Start my alarm real quick.
I think was like a Southwest Mexican something or another style dish. I don't know. I've just been kind of feeling it lately. It's been one of those things. I'm going to get this stirred together and let it finish cooking. He says 2 minced cloves of garlic. I used to grow my own garlic and all that fun stuff, but I didn't this year and I'm kind of spoiled to this now. So this is what I'm going to use. I just eyeball it. We all love garlic in this house. So about half a tablespoon-ish, you know, whatever. I never ever thought I would use this either, and I don't know, it's just so convenient. Stir that in. Then I'm gonna get my peppers and stir those in as well. Kind of let those saute and cook down a little bit too. And then we will move on to the next step. Got our peppers here. Now I did end up using the whole poblano and one of the bell peppers. Mix it all up. I'm gonna let it cook for just a few minutes just to get those peppers, I guess, kind of soft. And then we're going to move on to the next step, which is we're going to add our corn here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the freezer. I am using the same roasted frozen corn that I did in the last recipe. My freezer drawer's stuck. Did y'all see that? I'm going to use this. You're supposed to roast it in the top rack of the oven, but I think I'm just gonna try and mix it in here and see if it'll cook fine that way since it's already cooked. I think you just put this in the oven. Just a minute, baby. I think you just put this in the oven just to kind of bring out the smoky flavor, but to me it already tasted smoky, so we're just gonna go with this. I may or may not use this whole bag in here. Oh no, let's see what happens. Oh well, you know what? Why not? Stir this in. Now we're gonna let it cook down until the corn is done, and we'll be back. So y'all, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going to transfer this into this pot because we still have to mix in a can of rinsed and strained green beans, black beans into this, and our quinoa. I don't know what I was thinking. I knew that, but you know, it's always one of those days for me. So I gave it a little taste, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of this fajita seasoning. Maybe. It can be a little salty, so don't add too much. It's one of those that you kind of want to taste as you go seasonings, but it's really, really good. This smells so good. we'll be right back to add in our black beans and our quinoa, and then we'll do our toppings, and I think we'll be set. I'm gonna go ahead and add our quinoa. And with a lot of these leftovers in this same cookbook, there is a Southwest stuffed spaghetti squash recipe that you use this exact mixture for. And so what we do not use tonight, I'm going to go ahead and freeze. And so that way, whenever I am ready to do that recipe, I can just come across, I can pull this out of my freezer and just go ahead and use that instead of having to make it all over again and make it so much easier on myself. Let me move y'all over here. Let's just do it this way. This is what it looks like so far. I'm about to add the black beans. I'm gonna let these kind of cook and just warm up. Obviously they're already cooked. While that's happening, I'm gonna get some spinach out of the fridge and I'm gonna rinse that off. My mom is here tonight. Obviously, you probably saw her walk back and forth earlier. So, and she hates spinach. So I'm gonna go ahead and get her a small bowl out of this before I go ahead and put the spinach in it. We love spinach. It's so good for you. So let me see, this says about 2 cups of fresh spinach. I'm just gonna eyeball it and do about 2 handfuls, maybe a little bit more, but that's probably about right. So I'm gonna rinse this and we'll be back when I put this in. Okay, I got her bowl out. It is right here. My lighting is not very good over here. I have a ring light, but she is not wanting to work for me very well lately. So here we are. I'm just gonna add this in little by little until it wilts. All right, y'all, here it is all cooked up. I'm going to plate it with some cherry tomatoes, and I will do a taste test with y'all here in just a minute. All right, I have my bowl. I've got my tomatoes on top. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. All right, cheers. Let's see how it is. Keeper. And you have to have the tomatoes with it because they brighten it up so much. This is delicious. I cannot wait to do the stuffed spaghetti squash recipe with this. We're going to go ahead and grab a bite. It's getting late. I got to get the little one to bed. Y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.